Rocking and rolling.
Fake me out. You episode number 45.
I think that's a little loud.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. It's pretty loud in my ears. I don't know about you. Maybe my ears are sensitive.
Maybe it's
today
because I'm screaming into them. Episode 45. Man. Hello, friends.
Hope everybody had a great Canada Day and 4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Canada Day and 4th of July.
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday to your father.
Oh. I think we already told him you guys said happy birthday. So
perfect.
All right. We got, before we get into the drink of today, I do want to say shout out to Zach for giving me that workout program. And we've been like doing it together. So we started last week 1 of the program, whatever.
What is this program? I know nothing about it.
It's just straight like a strength training workout program, but it like literally tells you everything. You put in like your max for your deadlift, squat, bench, overhead press, and then it tells you like what your working sets should be, how much weight, how many reps. It tells you the like accessory exercises, so what you do after.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, we can do it together. I'm like, sick.
Crazy assholes. Can you guys track each other's thing on the app?
No, it's not an app. It's just like a Excel sheet. But like, I'm like, okay, so when do you work out? And he's like, usually 5 his time. So I'm like, perfect. That's like 7 here.
Mm-hmm. You're an evening squatter.
Usually, yep.
Generally.
So I'm like, this works out. So it's like having a workout partner without having a workout partner.
That's nice.
We just shoot texts.
Perfect.
Like the entire time.
So gay.
It really is. But it's fantastic.
It's the straightest shit I know my friends to do.
Oh man, yeah, no,
I like it.
It's
that's
good
cool.
though. Yeah, it's
it
fun.
is a good. That's a good point. It's working out without.
Yeah,
having
it's
somebody
like
there.
having a partner, but like nobody's actually there with you. But for me, it's nice because it literally tells you what to do. So there's no like guessing, like, oh, what should I do after I deadlift today? Well, I don't want to do the same shit I did last week, so I got to fucking think of something new.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now it just fucking tells me. And then it just gives me a set, like, it'll tell me, like, 12 to 15 reps. It's like, okay, try to figure out a way for that.
Okay.
And then you just do it.
Kind of takes the thinking out of it, which is nice,
so
though.
Fucking nice.
Because it's right. Like, what am I doing today?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I could do this, I could do that. Keeps it.
Yeah, and he gave me another program, like 2 years ago, maybe last year, called Sons, and that was another strength training. This one's an app. Again, you put in, like, your max weight for 1 rep for all your exercises, and then it tells you your like it'll give you your 2 exercises, so it'll either be like a squat day, bench day, deadlift day, or overhead press day, and it'll give you all your sets and the weight you should be doing for all the sets. But then after that, it's like, okay, do chest exercises and abs. Okay, but it doesn't tell you like what exercise. So you're always trying to think like, okay, what would be good with today? What I do last week? What should I do today? So it gets kind of like, I don't know. I found myself getting into a routine where, I'm ending up doing like the same shit, and it's not as good. So this one I fucking love. Oh, that's fantastic.
That noise.
Yeah.
Sorry. Might have to go back to the old grabber for me.
You're not liking it?
I find it a bit top heavy. But I'm also an idiot.
I don't know. Maybe it's just you.
Don't matter. As you were. Sorry.
Yeah, no. So I just want to say shout out to Zach for fucking giving me that. And it's kind of nice having somebody that's like on like doing the workout with you.
Yeah.
It would be nice if we were like in the same province.
Closer.
Yeah. In the same province, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Sooner or later we'll meet up and work out in each other's home gyms.
Mm-hmm. There's a big Chris Predicts coming up this week.
Oh shit.
There's UFC.
Oh fuck.
The Euros are wrapping up. I got some semifinal predictions coming at you, and if you recall my quarterfinal predictions, you naysayers out there, 4 for 4.
You went 4 for 4? Hell yeah.
In the quarters I did, but I got to also catch up to, because I think I picked Sweden to lose to England, and Sweden lost. So my round of 16 was really, really bad. But I still think I'm like batting 80% here on the predictions so far.
If you went 4 for 4, because last week we worked out and you had like
I was 75%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you went 4 for 4, you're probably up to
in the
At
80s
least,
for sure.
yeah.
And 2 more predictions to go. Then the final. I think that'll probably be wrapped up
When
by
is the
next
final?
episode. This Sunday.
Sunday.
So probably by the time we record, I'll be able to update it because we'll know who have won.
Yeah.
And there's
game.
UFC coming, which I'm going 5 for 5. Heard
Just
it
like
here
always.
first, always. And yeah, we're not broke, so we'll update it all later.
Yeah, you had me a little worried coming into this week's
I
episode.
texted CJ saying we are out of money, but that was because there was bets to come in.
No. It started out, we're out of money. Don't worry, I put $4 back in because I kind of got carried away one weekend on the UFC fights. So we'll be okay for this week.
I didn't actually end up putting that $4 back in. Some bets came through. So
hell yeah.
But all of the running total is including that $4 because it will have to go back in order to complete.
I'd say the last 2 months, there's been so many outstanding bets, like week to week.
I know,
and it's annoying, but it's good because it looks like we're doing like shit, like in the app.
Yeah,
because we got no money. But then when you look at all the bets placed, there's like fucking 30 bets.
Well, this week, if the predictions come through, not including the UFC, we'll have $11 come to us if they come true. We're around $8. So if that comes through, then we're back to around the 19.
We're back to
around
where
the double money.
We were.
But the nice thing is that I think come episode 46, which by my math is next week.
Yeah, kind of.
All of our bets will be wrapped. So we will have a blank slate
and
a full tally.
Okay.
And then we can look at going week to week.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And yeah, that's that.
Okay.
So also, NFL will be starting up soon. And I don't watch or like NFL.
Neither do I.
But I'll tell you, I'll bet on it.
Fuck yeah. It's a lot easier. I wish you could bet on like a baseball series instead of like game to game.
Game to game's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to bet on the series. Like, oh, Toronto's playing Atlanta.
Yeah.
Who do you think
the only nice thing about betting on baseball is that there is only 2 outcomes. Where these apps fuck you is on the draw. Because a win and loss is based on regulation play. Overtime, win, all that bullshit.
But extra innings isn't.
No.
It's not considered like overtime.
No.
That's fucking nice.
Mm-hmm.
What a great sport.
Back into baseball. It is
why,
great.
Why isn't every sport like that? Who cares if you go into extra time?
Well,
still counts.
Sports in hockey, for example, and basketball and stuff.
You get less points. I know.
No, you'll win. You'll get full points if you win, and it'll go down in the win column.
Yeah, but if you lose,
it'll go into a different loss column. But what I was going to say is that for a gambling website where the house always tends to win, it's them increasing their odds.
Okay.
Right? That's why they throw that in there.
Scammers.
Say it how you will. But anyway, appears we're doing Chris Predicts up front.
Yeah, not at the end.
We are drinking brandy. It is the finest brandy. And by finest brandy, I mean the finest one that I have in my cabinet. And by the finest one I have in my cabinet, I mean the only one that I have in my cabinet. So we're drinking St. Remy VSOP French brandy. Brandy is Dutch term for burnt wine.
Nice. I don't think I've ever really drank brandy.
Apparently it's quite sweet, quite delicious.
Oh, kind of a twist.
There's not a whole lot in this.
Yeah,
and I drank it and I don't remember what it tastes like.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot left in there.
There's enough.
There's enough for a couple of bevies.
Couple bevs. It is recommended to do neat or
well, we should have done neat for the virgin.
Well, we still can. Just dump these in the ice bucket.
Okay.
Never too late, my friend. Never too late. Get out of my house.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Glass is a little chilled.
It's perfect.
You're not driving, are you?
Not today. Brandy feels old-timey. I don't
really
know why.
Does.
I feel like I'm on the Titanic. That. I just need a cigar.
On the Titanic.
Shall we retire to the parlor for Brandy's?
Dress on?
Yeah, retire to the parlor for Brandy's and.
Well, it doesn't smell sweet. I'll tell you that right now.
It smells like pure gasoline. Tastes sweet though.
Yep. Not bad.
That's 40% alcohol too. That's legit. Pretty nice.
I had a completely different thing in my head
Of what it was
what
gonna
it
taste
was
like?
gonna taste like.
All right, what were you
You're like,
picturing?
some people say it's sweet. I was picturing it to be almost
like a
closer-
liqueur.
or even closer to like an ice wine.
Mm,
Not that deadly sweet,
sure.
but more along those lines. Yeah, I'll take a couple of those back now. Thank you, sir.
No problem. It did say that it was recommended. It's quite refreshing with ice. So I'm sure there's a brandy fucking contingent out there that's snobby about how you drink it, but they're not listening to this show. I can tell you that.
Well, and if they are, guess what? It's my drink.
It's my drink.
And I'm gonna drink it how I want to drink
It's
it.
our show.
So suck it. I'm going.
What's your first impression? Because I'm curious, because you've never truly had brandy, and I have before. I've had like cognacs and shit. I think they're similar,
Okay.
but
I find it kind of similar to a whiskey.
it's not far off it.
Like the taste and everything, it's pretty damn close.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know why they just don't consider it a whiskey.
Because it's a brandy. Fucking nobody listens.
But like, I don't know. Tastes just like a whiskey.
All right.
Just I probably would have preferred a whiskey. Because again, you're like, oh, some people they say it's really sweet. Like it's sweet, but again, I was expecting more along the lines of an ice wine, and it just is not
This is made.
with whiskey.
No, this is made from wine, I believe.
I don't believe it.
This one is.
They're pure liars.
It's from
False advertising.
France. Through the selection of wine source exclusively for. Yep.
So
And
would
it
it be
takes,
like burnt white wine?
It's distilled. No, it's not white wine. It's.
Okay, but I'm gonna do what you did earlier.
How's that for ASMR?
Oh, you know what? These need to be tightened.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because like, watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine's got a little limp dick.
Mine's a little tighter, but
Oh.
I got more of a ramrod.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
No, so brandy is distilled. So I the way you said it was closer to whiskey, I guess you're kind of right.
Yeah.
Apparently anything that can be brewed, it can be distilled or some shit. I just looked it up beforehand. It takes like 9 gallons of wine to make 1 gallon of brandy.
It's way better with ice.
I would say so.
Like a whole lot sweeter. That's kind of more along the lines that I had in mind.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
It's nice though.
It is. I'm not saying it isn't. I just had something different in my head.
Yeah. So it's just distilled. So apparently like apples, any berry, anything that can ferment
Yeah.
can be distilled into brandy.
Okay.
So we're going to make our homemade apple
Brandy.
2 season a pod brandy.
Let's do it.
Perfect. You know any apple orchards?
I think there's apple trees at the cottage.
I really do like have this weird thought in the back of my brain. I really want to get into making homemade booze.
Let's do it.
Not to sell, but just to like
Yeah, we can do both.
botulize.
We
You
could
know?
do both.
Kill myself occasionally.
Yeah.
I like
But
it.
we could do both.
Sure.
Sell it at a
Next
premium.
week coming at you.
we
Two season a pod
we,
brandy.
we could sell it at a premium price, coming at you at $300 a bottle.
It's because we only make 1 bottle a year.
Yeah, so you got to pay for it.
What's your virgin on this? Because it's quite different, I'm
Yeah.
sure, from the original
Yeah,
drink.
I'm gonna go 6.8 on the Virgin.
Okay. I didn't mind it. I'm a 7.2.
Okay,
It was, but also it was what I was expecting. You kind of got,
it kind of
you
threw
got
me for
thrown around.
Yeah, it kind of threw me for a loop.
You got hit with more of a whiskey taste than
Mm-hmm.
me telling you straight up.
Yeah, the smell is nice. I will give it that. There is a bit of alcohol in there, which okay.
It's quite common.
I say it all the time. Like,
Mhm.
it's alcohol. It's gonna smell like alcohol.
Who fucking knew?
But like sometimes it's just like so overpowering you don't smell anything else.
Mm-hmm.
The smell for me is like a 7.7.
Seems reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a little below you. I'm at 7.5.
It is super smooth. I will give it that.
Man, I don't know if we've had something that isn't smooth. As far as
I'm gonna maybe throw out that Japanese whiskey that we almost had today.
so you're going, I'm going into that thing with such an open mind. I think it's going to
Yeah,
be
I
way
know, and
better.
I've been scarred for life.
That's a 9.1 on the smoothness scale for me.
Yeah.
Smooth as
Eh,
smooth.
I'm gonna copy you on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to because it is like. I would
Um,
definitely recommend drinking this on ice. Don't even bother going
it's
neat.
totally different drink.
100%. Like it's so different.
If you go
It
to
tastes way different now.
flavor taste, like the flavors are out,
Yeah,
I quite enjoy it.
I like
But
it better with ice.
how?
So that's why my virgin is a little skewed.
Yeah, but how the I'm sure that this is probably kept in like a wine cellar. So even if it is
Chilled.
served neat,
Be like slightly chilled.
slightly chilled, and you probably get more of a pop to it. Although that said, I've ordered like cognacs and brandies like an asshole maybe twice after dinner
Mhm.
just because I wanted to keep drinking. And someone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have like an Irish coffee or some shit." I'm like, "All right,
Like,
sure,
give me a brandy.
give me a shot of something.
Yeah.
A fancy shot is a way to do it.
Okay.
Because if you just like hit me with a bottle of Jack
No.
at a nice
It
Italian restaurant, they're
could-
like, you can go
could-
fuck yourself, sir."
Yeah, and that could also ruin the aftermath of your dinner.
But if
Like,
you
it just
ask,
doesn't finish off.
if you
the
ask
dinner well.
for a thing of brandy,
Yeah.
weirdly, it comes in a
You look
one shot glass.
You look sophisticated.
I guess
Maybe.
you look like an asshole in my mind.
Okay. Maybe a little bit of both.
Well, that's just because I can't take myself seriously. Where were we? What were we talking about? Flavor.
Let's go flavor.
It's high on the Richter scale for me.
Is it? I just get like it's just sweet. It's just sweet now. Get a little tingle in the back of your throat, but to be honest, I'm not really getting a whole lot else.
Now you've talked me out of flavor. Due to the sweetness.
You know what I mean? Like it's not a bad taste, but it's just
It's not a lot of taste. I'm trying it again.
It's sweet. There's just I couldn't tell you what else is in it. Now I can't tell you a whole lot what's in other shit, but we do end up picking out a few things. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I'm gonna answer it like this. It is sweet, and there's not a lot of distinguishable flavors,
Yes.
but I like the flavor of it.
I kind of
So
got
that's
wine
gonna-
there. Like
That's
I
weird.
tasted the wine.
Made from wine.
Yeah, but everything else I drank till now didn't taste like wine.
I know. So my answer is gonna be pretty much based on how I think I like the flavor of it. So
Yeah,
it's
it's not
that's gonna mark my thing. 8.2
Okay.
on the flavor
I
scale.
think we're along the same lines. I'm going 7-8 on the flavor.
Okay.
Would have liked to see a little more in there,
Mm-hmm.
but did it say if it was made from white wine or it doesn't?
I would assume just red wine.
Okay.
It's France.
It just isn't red, that's all.
That's an astute observation, but it is also distilled. And it's made in oak barrels, which probably gives it that color.
My finish is, I think, going to be pretty high.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's like
There's
no
no-
afterburn, no aftertaste.
wrong with it.
You get a little tingle, like you know you're drinking alcohol, but it's it's really nice. Finish for me is going to be a 9.2.
That's higher than me.
Yeah.
I was going to go 8.8,
Mm-hmm.
but which is still high.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're right. No burn,
No burn.
no shitty aftertaste.
Yeah, it's like nice and chilled.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see how many tries it takes, Chris.
I'm going
to
to do
get
this
these.
long division style in my head.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
watch.
Fuck.
Turn off the camera.
Edit.
Yeah.
And cut.
Now.
And bring it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. He figured it out.
Sure did.
That's a good one.
That's me.
Yep. Yeah,
And
this it did take what you kind of like. I think you threw me more for a loop than kind of what I was going into with.
Oh, there's a good chance of that. Me leading someone astray?
Yeah, wouldn't be the first time.
Wow.
Holy shit!
Almost
Almost bang on again.
bang on.
All right.
Do
So
the
the
honors.
verdict is in. My overall rating is an 8.1.
I'm an 8.2. I think anything that we've proven about these rating systems is that we have similar tastes.
Yeah, we do.
I
We
think that's
do.
about the only thing we've established over this.
Yeah.
Other than sometimes shit has good flavor and
But
bad flavor.
I think me and you knew that prior.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a whole lot that you don't like that I wouldn't like. You
No.
know what I mean?
And we've said this a fucking 100 times on here. I think once you start drinking liquor straight and appreciate straight liquor, you're not gonna find too much unless like something's just like a bad bottle of something.
Yeah.
You're probably not gonna find a liquor that you don't like.
Yeah, true.
I'm trying to think with this brandy. I think the only like class of liquor that we haven't tried is gin.
And I'm down for that.
Okay, I'm
Down
not.
to drink some pine needles.
All right.
You're not a fan?
I don't drink gin.
Can't do it? Did you have a bad experience?
I
when
did,
You were
and I will
younger?
tell you that experience. I'll share it with YouTube and the.
All right, hang on.
interwebs.
Let's finish off. You heard the ratings here first.
Yes. 8.2, 8.1. No higher, no lower.
No lower. Okay, tell us the story.
Yeah, so
I just wanted to cut like I don't know. We got to figure out something to end these like kind of segments.
segments.
Just like end it a little more. 'Cause
Why don't we
sometimes
just
it's-
end them with like pulling our dick out?
Ah,
Be like,
I
scene.
like that. Yeah, scene cut. No, it's just like going to like do the YouTube videos and stuff. It's like, okay, and we keep
Weird,
talking,
yeah.
And next thing you know, it's like I'm at the end of the episode,
Sorry.
and I'm like, did we ever finish the whiskey review?
When exactly did we
Yeah.
finish that review? Anyway, the review is wrapped, but we're still gonna talk about the whiskey.
Yeah.
The
So your story on gin.
yeah, so I think I was like 17 or 18, maybe 19, maybe 30. Who knows?
Okay.
It was with the aforementioned Zach and our buddy Rob, and it was the first time I ever drank gin, and it was delicious. And I was like, I thought I discovered gold.
You know what? You know what I've noticed over the years?
Mm.
All like our good, funny, fucked up stories. It's always me, you, Zach,
It's always the same cast of characters.
and Rob.
Yeah.
Like all the time.
But it makes sense. I mean, if you have a good group of friends, if you ask any group of friends
Yeah,
some of their
true,
fucked up stories,
True.
you would think that there would be a high percentage of
True,
someone be involved in it.
True.
But I like where you're going.
True.
It speaks to niceness.
Yeah.
The so I think Zach brought a bottle of gin and a bottle of 7-Up, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like this, and I don't know.
I
if
would have expected him to bring a bottle of tonic.
it was. I think we were 17.
I
Like,
know,
if
but
I-
still,
yeah.
seeing Zach
I
back
think
when
we were
he
in
was
high
17,
school.
like that would have been such a Zach thing. We're gonna drink gin and tonics tonight,
No,
and we would have been like, "What are you
that
talking
was a
about?"
Zach thing to do when he was 19 or 20.
Oh, sorry, a year later.
Big difference in a year. A year ago, I didn't have a baby. Okay, so a big difference a year can make.
okay.
So we were drinking, but also I'm sure it was 7-Up because we were poor high schoolers.
Yeah.
And he made me a drink, and I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever had. And I don't know if you've ever had a gin with 7-Up. It is delicious. Like
Well,
to this
yeah.
day, I think it's amazing.
Yeah, because 7-Up is sweet as fuck.
And it's got the similar flavors to gin. It complements itself very nicely.
Yeah. So Chris doesn't actually hate gin. He only wants to drink it with 7-Up.
No,
Yes.
I hate gin.
Okay.
I'm going to
Except when
explain.
it's mixed with 7-Up.
Shut up. I'm going to explain to you why I don't like gin.
Okay.
But then we're going to do a review, and I'm like, oh, I guess I like gin.
I think we should go on a tear of cocktails.
I think I'm with you.
Are you?
I'm with you.
You sure?
Let me get through that. I
Okay,
am.
sorry.
Just
Sorry.
this all is leading to somewhere
Okay.
down the road.
Okay.
We'll get there eventually.
Okay, yeah.
So I drank. He made me a drink, and it was so good. I'm like, can I have another, please? And then I asked for another and another and another. And then I was sick on the street waiting for my cab. And I don't know if you've ever thrown up on gin, or maybe it's just me, but gin and 7-Up going back up is the inverse of it is going down. And it was the worst experience of my life. And I was so sick. And again, it's like, is it really the alcohol's fault, or is it the fucking stupid asshole that drank all this alcohol? The answer is probably the alcohol.
Yeah, definitely.
No chance it was my fault. But I fucking threw this shit back, threw it back up, and I guess I had a rough hangover or whatever. I don't even remember the hangover. Like if it was that bad or
Yeah.
just like puked it out and was
You're
fine.
good.
But since that day, like the smell of gin
Kills you.
turns my stomach.
And Antonia loves gin.
She loves gin. Yes.
That's tough. Eh? You don't like coffee. Antonia loves coffee.
Yeah.
You hate the smell of gin. That's like her drink.
That's her go-to. She used to drink gin and flat water, which a lot of people be like.
I used to do that.
I know, but when you order that in a bar,
People think
you're
you're
like, what
idiot.
in the fuck?
Who the hell do you think you
That's
are?
how much she likes the flavor of gin. She likes the flavor of gin so much that when botanical gins came out, she didn't like them because they didn't taste like gin.
Yeah.
Which I guess if you like something, I guess it stands to reason. Like if they came out with a botanical whiskey and it tasted like fucking flowers and farts,
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily be a flavor of it.
No.
A fan of it.
A flavor of it?
A flavor of the flan. The flan flavor.
Oh, shit.
So anyways, I'm with you on the cocktails. But what I think, I want you to press your mind very
Okay.
hard.
Okay.
Can you think of any like class of liquor? And I'm not including like Jaggers or different variations of said thing, but I'm thinking like you got whiskeys, bourbons, scotch, vodka, gin, tequila, and brandy. Like I don't know if there's like another
Wine.
hard wine.
Champagne.
Champagne is technically wine. So again, I'm just saying that
Comes out of champagne.
comes out of a region.
Yeah, it comes out of that.
Yeah.
Champagne.
I know, but it's still wine.
But it's champagne.
It's called champagne.
No. It's champagne.
You are right.
The wines could go on forever because there's so many.
Well, this is where I was gonna go. Like we can go and get Grey Goose or get another brandy or another tequila or
I think
another.
we should stay away from the vodkas.
I'm with you. That's fine. I don't care. I don't have a dog in this fight. It was just an example.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you.
But I think we should like try to nail every sort of category, and then after that, you're really just sampling various things within said category.
Facts.
So that's why I like your idea about cocktails, because then you can continue to sample things within the category, but you kind of have like limitless opportunities.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, here's another whiskey bottle, which obviously we're going to buy 9 times out of 10 off the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a scotch, here's a bourbon, here's a whiskey. But I think like after brandy and wine, I guess, but wine's a fucking fickle beast. Like we're drinking these as like straight liquors. And these can be enjoyed as straight liquors. Wine I kind of put on its own little island.
It really is. But
I don't know how you feel about that.
I do agree with you. It's just there's like wine is so diverse. There's so many. Like you can go region and whites, reds, rosés, ice. Like there's
champagne.
There's just like an
sparkling.
There's just an endless amount and it's easy to get your hands on, right? Like we've almost kind of gone through the entire whiskey other than the locked cabinet at the LCBO,
which we're not going to explore because that shit's under $3,000 lock and key.
Yeah, we got one and we'll probably get one more come our 52nd episode, but other than that,
yeah, I know. Like will it ever take if you spend $3,000 on a bottle of whiskey, will it ever taste good enough to be worth $3,000?
Fuck no.
I don't think so.
No, it's gonna taste like probably
$1,000
bottle of scotch.
Yeah, and I like
or $100 bottle of scotch.
Even if you proportion it out to, like, I'm a millionaire.
Nah,
a $3,000 bottle is worth like $3 or $30.
It doesn't matter.
I would agree. I would say that
I'd still be buying Wild Turkey.
Yeah.
And just put it in a fancy ass decanter that cost me $3,000.
Just get it. Yeah. I would rather spend $3,000 on a nice looking decanter.
Yeah.
Than $3,000 on a bottle.
Yeah.
Because at least I can enjoy the decanter. But if I was drinking,
see it all the time.
Yeah. If you took that first sip of that fucking $3,000 bottle
and it was ass,
it better make you ejaculate immediately. That's the only way something could be worth fucking $3,000.
No, that one's worth $4,000 and you got to buy shit on the side.
Okay, well then it better feel like a finger on your prostate. I don't know. Whatever was worth $3,000 to you. Nothing's worth that much money.
Not a beverage.
No fucking way.
No chance in hell. Unless somebody's giving it to you. Then it's like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Like if you guys want to give us a $3,000 bottle of Scotch, Irish whiskey, bourbon, whatever it is, feel free.
I wouldn't even feel right accepting that.
I'd drink it.
You have no morals. My
I'd let them know how it tasted.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
There's just so much we can do. Like I
like the cocktail avenue.
I like that we're not locked in to like only whiskey. Like,
we've been pretty diverse since we started the system.
It started out only whiskey, and that's because we really like whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, we've done tequila, vodka, brandy. I think we did something else. I can't. We did do a couple cocktails with Mackenzie,
but not under this system.
Yeah, true. But we had other drinks.
Yeah. You know what other one I was leaving out is rum.
Ooh, good one. I like rum.
So there's rum, gin, and again, I think you probably agree. I kind of put wine on its own little.
Yeah. Definitely is. But it is an avenue we could go down.
It is. But this is how I critique wine.
I think maybe we should do wine.
That's good.
If we go wine.
I like that.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. Oh, that would go good with my steak.
Yeah.
Sick.
I prefer red wine with Italian food.
Yeah.
Call me crazy.
I also don't. I've only
I don't even know when you drink white wine.
I've only enjoyed one white wine, and I don't even remember what it was because it was like during that wine tour we did.
It was probably an ice wine.
No. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I bought a bottle of it. But there was one white wine that we had at one of the places.
Yeah.
And it was the only white wine all day or in general that I've actually liked.
I hear you.
And I can't even tell you what it was. Got a little too fucked up.
That's how good
day.
it was.
Yeah. I asked for seconds.
I think white wine's something that a 16-year-old drinks when they're like, I like wine. You're like, oh, here's a glass. You're like, oh, I only like Pinot Grigio or whatever.
Yeah,
like, you know?
Yeah. It's because that's what their parents have in the house.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Also, white wine, getting hammered on white wine, you're a fucking mess.
Apparently, white wine, like having like a bottle of white wine is the equivalent to a stick of butter. Like that's how like bad it is for you.
Oh,
that's what I've been told.
I believe that for the sugar.
Could be bogus, but that's what I've been told.
I think it's true. I don't even think we have to look that up.
No, I'm not going to.
Sounds legit. We're going with that.
I'm gonna take it.
There is definitely getting drunk on white wine and getting drunk on red wine are completely different animals.
Those are two hangovers that are tough to deal with.
They're both tough hangovers, but like you can sit around, drink a couple bottles of wine with some friends.
Yep.
And have of red wine.
Yep.
And have a completely different night than if you drank the same amount of white wine. Because I'm pretty sure if you drank the same amount of white wine, like
the house
would be half on fire.
White girl wasted.
Someone's getting naked. You know,
100%.
Yeah, white girl wasted for
sure. White girl wasted.
White wine wasted.
White wine wasted.
The ones you got to watch out for are the 40-year-olds that drink white wine.
Oh, they're crazy.
They're out of their fucking minds.
Look at before the pandemic on a Thursday night at State and Main.
Yeah, half price wine.
How many bottles of white wine got thrown around there?
And then panties were getting thrown around shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy bitches. I'm just kidding.
Oh, man. No, I think if we ever did do the wine avenue, I think it'd be more fun to be like, find the cheapest in a region.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Oh, this is the cheapest wine France has in the LCBO.
And you know, the answers would still be, it's good.
It's good.
I'd drink that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Maybe going into next week, we should start doing cocktails. Because it is summer. And I do like a good cocktail in the summer. You.
Yeah, all right.
We'll figure out the details.
We'll work it out off air.
Yeah, and then, yeah.
There is one I think I mentioned before.
I think we should do it as
I just
a
said,
science
we'll work it
though.
out off air.
Yeah.
There is one whiskey one that I'd like to try, but it's a cocktail. I think Wiser's makes a old fashioned.
Oh, and it's like already...
It's already mixed. It's 35%, and they tell you just to pour it over ice and enjoy.
Perfect.
So that to me, that's a pre-made cocktail.
Yeah, you did bring that up.
So I think that one we could slip in there.
Fuck, and then there's all the canned shit you can get. Jack and Cokes out of the can. Holy shit, our possibilities are endless.
But do we need to buy the can, or can we just make we could
No,
just follow the recipe properly?
Yeah, well, that's what I want to do. I want to make proper cocktails.
I don't want to buy one out of a can for
to
$5.
an extent. Like if we do like what is it? Not an old fashioned. Is it a Manhattan maybe where they put the egg white in?
Whiskey sour generally has egg white.
Okay, I knew it was something like that. I don't really care for going that technical on it.
I'm never going that technical. I'm telling you that right now.
But like if it says like 1 ounce whiskey, 2 ounce something else, we follow that.
No question.
And then
okay,
let's do it.
Yeah, we'll do it
because it is summer, and who doesn't enjoy a good cocktail in the summer?
No one, I think.
Facts.
People who are in recovery.
Maybe.
People whose parents hit them when they drank cocktails in the summer. I think those are about the only people that don't enjoy a cocktail in the summer.
Well, they should grow up.
Get over it, man.
Yeah. Enjoy a cocktail in the summer. I bought those 2 books.
Did you?
Yeah. They
came in.
Magicians
or America Before?
Magicians and Fingerprints.
Nice. Did you crack them?
Nope.
Attaboy.
Yep. Had them since Friday. Well, they showed up on Friday. I was at the cottage, but
I will tell you this. If you like sit down and you know that you have an hour of like just reading, I don't think you'll be able to put it down.
Okay. Audrey, she goes, I cracked open the small one because it was on top.
Which one's the small one?
Magicians.
Okay, because it's
like just like a smaller book.
Okay, because it's probably more of an updated version, so there's less to delve into.
Well, right? Yeah, it's just not as like the paper's not as big.
Got it.
That's all. And she goes, there are some large words in there. I'm like, oh, so you're telling me you're gonna have to read this to me? Or are you trying to tell me I'm an idiot and I'm not going to be able to figure this out?
I think she was saying
that's what you're saying. You're completely right, and I'm going to need a computer by me so I can research these words. Oh shit! I'm looking forward to it though, because like I just finished Joe Rogan's podcast with Graham, and it was like episode like 1246 or something. I don't know.
And the reason I recommended those is because they're excellent Cole's notes on his various books.
Yeah. But he was like at the end of it, he was talking about how they found this like octagon or something made out of like stones. And one's like in a private golf course. And it's like if it wasn't surrounded by a private golf course, it would have been destroyed. But thankfully the golf course like worked around it. And then they found another one 60 miles. The exact same, but
this is in North America.
Mississippi, Mississippi Isle or something like that. And then they 60 miles away from that one, they found one exactly the same, turned 90 degrees exactly to the other one. Like what?
So
like, isn't this like how? Oh my god!
So there at one point. There was a civilization that made a lot of stone monolithic structures. And in North America, we see them. We're like, knock that shit down. We're building a golf course.
Yeah.
Like, we're not even interested. We're like, there was only Native Americans here before. That's it.
And like, I don't understand how we just like, there's not more, like, we don't look into it more. Or like question it more.
I just think, like we were talking about last week, I think it's just money. I just don't think a university or a private investor is going to fund what is outside of the narrative or mainstream thought.
Yeah,
because it seems like a risky endeavor. Because when you have establishments built on certain things the way they always were in narratives and shit, to step out of them is like,
I guess.
It sounds more crackpotty, even if it's totally valid. And a lot of science has been founded over crazy ideas. And I'm not going to compare them to this because like they're all different in their own way. But like Galileo said that the world was round or orbited around the sun, one or the other. Something totally real and provable by science, even at the time. And they're like, listen, sir, you need to go on arrest. House arrest for you. You're lucky we don't fucking burn you at the stake, you heretic. Seriously. Vatican put him under arrest.
That's fact.
Right? Galileo, who everyone looks back on, is like, what a fucking founding father of science. But at the time, he was a fucking crackpot, conspiracy theorist, lunatic.
Yeah.
Now,
good for him.
in the sake of, for being honest, Obviously, that can't always be the case,
Yeah.
right? So Graham Hancock could be wrong. All other people that say that they could totally be wrong.
Yeah.
But it's not like it'd be the first time in history where someone who was condemned by science or mainstream thought would have been proven out to be correct.
Yeah. He also was saying that, like, I think the episode was recorded in 2019, so I don't know if the study actually happened, but London, a university or something in London, was doing a thing where they would do a slow drip of DMT to keep like the person in a constant state
Jesus Christ.
to study. Joe goes, "Sign me up." Like instantly.
I don't know if you come out of that drip.
Yeah, that'd be wild, but it's cool as fuck because Graham was saying that a lot of these like ancient civilizations, and like I think he said in the Amazon too that like DMT was something that was used
Ayahuasca is DMT.
like frequently.
Still is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucking people that go down to Peru and
you
various
can,
parts
like-
of South America. In Mexico, you can do it.
They figured like one of the civilizations figured out how you could eat it and consume it and
That's
fucking
ayahuasca.
trip on it.
Yeah, they figured out
'Cause
a
if
way
you
to like
eat it right now, like
DMT's
without
in
doing
everything.
anything out,
yeah, because DMT's
it's not going to do anything.
DMT's in grass,
Yeah.
but your body has a way of breaking it down so that you don't.
Well,
fucking
yeah,
trip
there's
out all
like
the
an
time.
enzyme or something in your stomach or whatever, and it cancels it out.
I believe what he's referring to is ayahuasca because that's the only form that you can like eat
Yeah.
and have similar effects.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But
It's
I think
fucking wild, man.
yeah. Well,
Also,
it's just a bigger
I really thought there was going to be more about these aliens to come out.
nothing, man. It's crickets now.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. Like I don't know if like their plan of like
I think that's it. I think they're done. They're like, we're good. They forgot about it.
who like the aliens forgot about it or like our government forgot about it. It was like, yeah, we've been here, cool, we're out, deuces.
I don't think the aliens forgot, but I think
Like the government just
they
said, "Fuck
released
it."
what they were gonna release. They
Yeah.
satisfied like
a
Probably-
shit ton of people.
probably to the like nth quota. So like, I obviously didn't read what their requirements were
Yeah,
as far as this bill saying, hey, you gotta dispose this information.
but they did.
They
like,
probably fulfilled it
minimal.
to the minimum degree.
Yeah.
Because that's what laws often are, is the minimum.
Yep.
Which again is fine. Because imagine the maximum on some overbearing laws. That'd be tough.
Yeah.
So I think they satisfied it. I think it had its day in the media, and I think it out
I
the
don't
window.
even think
And
it
now
had
I
a
think
day.
the only, well, it didn't have its day, but I think the only people to follow are the people that like pay close attention to it, like George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell's a big one. There's a couple other guys out there that I don't know off the top of my head, but I've kind of keep track of, who are like on the more of like, let's ground this in some sort of reality as opposed to like crazy shit, because it is crazy shit anyways.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
But I think those are the people that'll break the stories moving forward, as opposed to like, I think that's it. It's done.
Yeah, because
Unless
like,
unless it's aliens, and then it, like they do some sort of like you can't dispute it now sort of spectacle, then
some Independence Day dropped a fucking mothership,
doesn't even have to be
make
that.
the skies black.
But like if they do something that's like totally indisputable, you know, like it's not like I filmed it on my cell phone. Who the fuck filmed? Like it could be edited, all that shit. Like if they do something that's like so spectacular, and it doesn't have to be wiping out New York
I
City.
was just saying, drop the mothership and make everything black and then fly away.
Sure, whatever the fuck.
Deuces, light speed, gone.
But then there'll be some fucking meteorologist like, well, you know, it was pretty cloudy today.
Oh no, like so you could actually see the ship.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's, barring something like that, I think basically, unless you're paying pretty close attention, it's gone.
It's pretty wild that
Which sucks.
so much of this shit has happened, and look how little people,
cared.
or like, dude, how many people are in the world,
A few.
and there's not like witnesses to a lot of these events. You know, like, isn't it
Yeah.
weird that the one video where there was like 14 ships or something like that, or like unidentified aircrafts, or in the water wherever they were coming in and out, but it was it was only around the military ship? Like, why didn't they go to like a city?
I
You
don't
know,
think they. Hmm. Well, now we're getting into speculative shit. It's a fair question.
right? Like,
Yeah.
why the military ships?
Well, I think
Because it was ships, wasn't it?
yeah, it was like naval battleships and
Yeah.
stuff. I think that maybe like if from like a skeptic's perspective is that proves more that it's not aliens and that it's like some other government keeping tabs on that has some higher advanced technology
Technology,
keeping tabs on where the US ships are moving, where their naval squadrons are, where their aircraft
what they're
are,
doing.
all that shit. But that said, if a nefarious country, United States included, even though they're our allies, had this technology, I'm pretty sure there wouldn't be any other enemies, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I think the
I
first
just
opportunity that they had to like be like, we win, I think they win.
yeah. I just find it very weird that like 14 ships, like that's a lot of like even if it was like 10 or 11, I can't remember the exact number. But it wasn't like
Just
one or
just,
two.
just to cut you off for a quick
Yeah.
second. Just for context for people to know, there was a video that came out that the Pentagon confirmed, and I believe it was the USS Omaha of it filmed this. It had this like shitty black and white video of one thing going back and forth and then dropping into the water, and it's like bouncing back and forth, which looks advanced.
Yeah.
But further to that, they also released radars from that same day,
Yep.
which showed that at any point there was 14 or 11 of these things at all at the same time surrounding them. So
Yeah.
just for the epic
And they would
context.
go from I don't know what they said, like 40 knots, which was like 60 kilometers an hour, of upwards to like 120 knots, which ended up being like 240
Mhm.
kilometers an hour in like,
On a dime, yeah.
yeah, like seconds. So, like, my whole thought is if there was like 14 of them, again, why are they just around the ship? Why it wasn't like,
Maybe
why didn't they venture out
the
to
other
even the coast of somewhere?
but maybe they don't have to. Maybe the better question is maybe they are purposely keeping tabs on the what was that ship up to?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they do this shit. Because the famous one, like the Tic Tac one, and where like Commander Fravor has done 100 fucking
Did you
interviews
get
on
that
it.
thing stuck
I got
again?
it stuck again. There we go.
We fixed it. That
Want
was
another one? You
fantastic.
okay right now?
No, I'm good.
Um,
I could drink this more often, though. To
it's
be
pretty
honest,
good.
Nothing wrong with it.
I think he was on a military exercise. So if they're here observing people,
Yeah.
hoping that people don't get wiped off the face of the earth. The people that are most likely to wipe people off the face of the earth are militaries and governments.
Right.
So if that's your number one concern, I mean, it would make logical sense that you would keep tabs on them and the Russians and the Chinese, so that if shit does get to a point where like they're firing fucking nukes up in the air, they can go, no,
This ain't happening.
this isn't happening.
Yeah.
Because the first time it happened, we weren't paying attention, and you guys nuked 2 cities in Japan. We didn't know we were cool with World War II,
Yeah.
but that Jesus Christ, see what I mean? It's fucking top heavy.
Why is yours like that?
I don't know.
Probably because you play with it too much.
Probably.
Now he's gonna hold.
I'll
it.
just keep my hand on it.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll switch a couple back. I have them in the bag. I'll switch them back after the episode.
they were probably cool with World War II, but then once they detonated a nuke, they're like, holy shit, these guys are up to something.
Yeah. These guys mean business.
They mean business. Because I got a documentary for you to watch, and those at home, it's called The Phenomenon. It's super interesting, not like like X-Files is like done by legit directors and legit researchers. But they talk about a bunch of military like nuclear silos along the Canadian US border. Often like their reports are frequent, and it's like a UFO came overnight over top of the missile silo, deactivated the nuke, and then flew off and reactivated it, or like it was fucking with our controls and all this stuff. So the same shit that all the military people are seeing, apparently they're seeing them also on other sites like
Jesus.
military silos and stuff. So is it like a show of force, or is it, if you fuckers fuck around, just know that we can just shut this down in a second?
Yeah.
Which I guess in some way could be a show of force, but also like a compassionate one. Like, we don't want you guys to blow each other up.
Don't fuck this up.
And maybe it's fucking humans in the future that are able to come back and fuck with shit in order. I don't know.
Maybe
you know
50,000 years ago, we did have all this crazy fucking technology. Some people went into fucking space.
Maybe.
And now they're coming back and being like, holy fuck.
They got nukes again.
And they got tiny heads. What happened?
The size of those heads. I don't know, man. I think the problem with the UFO shit, and not like, I think the ancient civilization shit sounds insane, but I think it's less crazy when you actually look at the volume of evidence associated with that. Like all the structures, like there's physical things, right?
Yeah.
There's things you can look to, there's math you can do, there's all this shit, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to UFOs, it's basically purely speculative.
Yeah, but you can't explain anything.
No.
Like,
nothing to explain.
No. And the evidence that has been thrown out into the world, like, even, like, again, like what I was just saying, like, why just the military ships? And if there was that many, how did nothing else see them? And by nothing else, I don't mean like other militaries, because didn't Russia, China,
they each have their own like ATIP program where they track and observe UFOs.
Yeah.
Which I think every country has their own program, because again, it's a matter of national defense. If there's shit bouncing in out of your airspace, you better find out quickly if it's a missile, if it's a fucking hostile enemy. So everyone has these programs. Like, it's like everyone thought that was like a big revelation that, like, oh, the US finally admits that they had a UFO. Like obvious, like they fucking better, you know, the amount of money that they spend on defense. Like, it is like a national security issue.
Yeah.
But then I think where they fucked up is they were actively discrediting certain sightings that they couldn't explain. And in the phenomenon, they talk about one in Michigan that was seen by like 20 people in various parts, and it was around like a lake, and like it was like a lot of media attention, and then the ATIP sent out their like experts to shut it down.
Right.
And the guy who ran that was like, yeah, it was swamp gas. Like, if you just type in UFO swamp gas, you'll find this big famous story from the 70s.
Really?
And the head of ATIP, or the people that look into UFOs, whatever the fuck it was called at the time, Blue Book, whatever, he went and he's like, no, it was swamp gas. It was fucking optical illusions. Basically, whatever people saw wasn't what they saw. And then after he was out of the program, he's like, it was like, my job was, he's like, I totally believe most of the shit that we couldn't explain was like outside of, like, 90% of the stuff is easily to explain. But there's 10% of it that's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
We can't explain it. And then if it makes a big enough splash in the media, then we have to go and discredit it.
Yeah, it'd be like it was something else. Like,
swamp gas, literally, is what they said. And like the media was like, what the fuck are you talking
what
about?
is
Swamp gas.
Swamp gas.
Exactly. Well, you know, the atmosphere, the lights bounce off of the gases in a certain way, and it can create an optical illusion where you would think you would see lights that would do certain
Shrek
things.
just came out and fucking let a big one rip and
Sharded
then went
himself.
Back. Yeah, it just went back in.
Yeah.
Like, what?
But these, like, so the like existence of those things, like a lot of like conspiracy people were like, yes, finally. Like, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just where they fucked up was they discredited all the legitimate stuff, which I think they were worried could have like run rampant. And now they're just thrilled because COVID's around and no one's paying attention.
Well, yeah, like,
and no one's going to go back to be like, hey, remember when they released that Pentagon report? Maybe we should look back into that.
I almost saw it as like when they decided to let they were going to release the UFO shit, that because COVID had kind of chilled, everybody's kind of just over it. Like, look at the States.
At least in the States, yeah.
States is like fucking,
done.
yeah. They're
Even the most
They've
locked
been-
down states, like, we're over.
Yeah, they've been like a lot of the states have been back to normal for months now.
And even now, provinces in this country, as of Canada Day, we're like, we're done.
Yeah,
We're good.
over it. It is what it is, and I think it is going to be something we live with for a while, if not forever.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, there's like a new variant that comes out every month.
But that's a virus thing. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to go down this fucking
No,
rabbit hole.
neither
But
do I. But you know what I mean.
like,
So like,
the thought of hearing about another variant is like, okay,
yeah.
wait, you're telling me a virus mutated?
Yeah.
And it's the exact
Yeah.
like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like,
well, look at the cold. There's a new strain of the cold every year.
It doesn't mean that's any worse or better.
Yeah.
It just is what it's just slightly
so,
different.
Like, I again, because I think the whole like fear of COVID has dissipated to a certain extent.
Yeah, at least in the States.
I thought the whole release of the alien UFO shit from the Pentagon, I think part of their thing was to maybe instill more fear, because that's how it kind of, at least the media, that's how the media tries to portray everything, to put fear into society and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought the like main media would have picked it up more, but all I saw was Joe Rogan's post, and that was it. Like, nobody else talked about it.
And you know what the problem was? Is there was nothing to be fearful of, because the report said,
dude, the video quality was ass.
Yeah, the video.
I'm sorry. Like, do we not have better vision?
We do. They're just not attached to fucking F-16s.
Well, they might be. We just don't see them. They could be dropping the quality down and making them
The 3
shit.
best photos I've seen came from photographs from F-16s taken with the pilot's iPhones.
Dude, like, I'm sorry.
That's the best photos I've seen.
I know, but
because they're like, what the fuck? Snap. What's going on my story?
I don't believe that the cameras that are on fighter ships and like aircrafts and like submarines and whatever they have,
like whatever we see is not the best they have.
I think it gets dumbed down. I think the quality gets dropped down. Like, there's no chance in hell that the spacecrafts that we launch into the moon have, if not the top cameras on them, a second to that. You're telling me that our military isn't spending enough money to put something half as good as that on?
Yeah, I agree with you. But for like devil's advocate, when you send off like a satellite to go and take photos of Jupiter, like, this is our only chance to take really good photos of Jupiter. Yeah. So we better spend the money on the camera. But when you have squadrons of F-35s and F-16s, and really,
but look at
do
your
you
phone.
need cameras on them, or do you just? I agree with you.
Look at your phone. Like, it's got a better camera than what we're seeing coming out of this shit.
Well, what I'm saying is, I don't know have I showed you the photos from the pilots? There's 3 photos.
No, you haven't.
There's a round one, like a triangular one, like a classic saucer one, and they're not great, but they're way better than the videos.
Yeah.
And they're taken with iPhones, or like Androids.
But I think what's happening is the military has
better photos.
The originals, and what we're seeing
they just
is
put a grainy finish over it.
Grainy finish, or they're cropping in so much that it pixelates everything. And
sure, yeah,
like, images, yes, are easy to doctor and to fucking pretty much do whatever the fuck you want with them. Video's a little harder, but video is also really easy to like, make it look like ass,
like distort.
Yeah, and like just make it look like shit.
I just think I'm with you in one sense, but I'm also like, I'm just thinking, like, what's a logical thing? Like, is it that logical for a fighter pilot or a fighter jet to have that good of a camera on it when all it needs is certain sensors to detect things that it's expecting to detect?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, does it need a great camera? Because really all it needs to do is track that fucking other plane that's flying across. Doesn't need to be a great camera, but it might have amazing sensors, which I think these things have really good sensors, but that might not necessarily equivalent, like, or equal.
I get that.
Good camera footage.
I see that. I just like the video quality that's coming out of the Pentagon and all this shit, unless they're having to zoom in so much, like after the fact, so you can actually kind of
Which could be possible.
get a
Yeah.
glimpse of what they're actually seeing. Like again, like even in the 90s, there was better cameras.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. For me, it's like, especially being in the realm of cameras and shit.
In the 60s, there was better cameras. In that documentary, The Phenomenon, they have photos that came out in this report and that were recently declassified before this big report, where they weren't explained by that ATIP program or Blue Book, which is basically the same thing.
Right.
There was certain, like, out of the 100%, 90% were easily explainable. 99% could be kind of wishy-washed away, but they did admit to, like, there's 1% or 2, 3% that we don't know what they are.
Yeah.
There's black and white still photographs of things from people on their farms where the government program that was paid to look into this shit said, yeah, we can't explain that.
Yeah.
Not Swampcast.
Yeah, I just I'm not.
I don't think we're getting the full truth. That's where I agree.
Yeah,
with you. I don't think we're seeing
100%.
everything.
And I do think the videos that they're releasing, they may be saying is the best that they have, and like this is the best evidence, or this will kind of
Well, here's one
get
for
you off our fucking ass for a little while.
Here's one for you. What if they don't have that stuff? Like, they have the footage, they have all the good documents, they have the aircrafts, they have the alien bodies, they have all this shit. But what if it's not in possession of the government? What if it's in the possession of government contractors?
Like private
government contractors who like work on this shit all the time.
Yeah.
One of the things I mentioned last week, that Area 51 book, it talks a lot about government contractors. And one of the revealing things about them is that it's a private company. So it can hold a lot of secrets that the government can't keep because the government's obligated to release secrets occasionally.
Yeah.
This is an example.
Yeah.
So I think it was in the 90s, Clinton like subpoenaed GG&G, one of the big fucking government contractors that helped build all the spy planes and all that shit, and is still a massive company, but totally shrouded in secrecy because they do like highly classified stuff. He went after them to get information off them in the 90s, and it was like the first time ever that a company was like, go fuck yourself. Told the president of the United States,
go fuck yourself.
You can't look at our shit.
Yeah.
So if they have craft, like Bob Lazar, for example, he was apparently brought into Area 51.
Yep.
But he wasn't brought in, hired under U.S. Department. He was hired under a private company and brought in as a contractor.
Yep.
So you have certain privacy rights when you're a contractor or a private company that the government doesn't have, because the government's obligated to expose their secrets to the public because they work for the public. So what if that, like, I'm saying,
no,
I'm with you. I'm saying, like, I think that shit's totally, I think they have craft. They might even have bodies, or they don't. Whatever, doesn't matter. Maybe they're like whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah, but
I think, but I don't think the government has that shit because
I don't think the government owns that shit.
I think they own it. I think they contract companies, and you don't have to disclose your private dealings. Those can remain classified.
Gotcha.
Because look, we're building the next aircraft carrier. I'm not going to disclose to the public. Yeah, okay. Here's $35 billion for development of an aircraft carrier. But I'm not going to give you any details. I'm not going to tell you who's building it. I'm not going to tell you any technology that's on it, all that shit. And they're within their rights to do that.
Right.
So you can easily bury certain projects because the private company is going, yeah, okay, we'll hold on to it.
Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah. We'll keep it all. We'll store it.
And then in recent history, in the 90s, it was proven that they don't have to say shit. So I think it's the private companies that are holding most of the secrets.
Yeah. That would make sense.
Because it's all contractors.
Yeah.
But it's contractors under the Navy, under the Army. Like, there's only like 5 divisions of the fucking Defense Department.
Yeah.
But like, Bob Lazar didn't work for the Defense Department. He was a contractor.
Yeah. That's fucking wild.
That's the fucking creepy shit. We don't know anything.
No. It's scary to think about. It's fucked. Never really thought of it that way. Yeah, I just don't think I don't think the video shit that's coming out of these aircrafts is actually the the actual videos.
I think you could
I
be
think
right.
it's a snippet of it,
Or it's
but I think
what
it's
they're
been
willing to
altered
release.
in some way or another.
I kind of like your idea about maybe these things were taken at such great distance that you have to zoom in order to see what it is.
Yeah.
That naturally doing that, like you said, pixelates it, distorts the camera.
Yeah, because when you
the field
do
of view.
like especially a video, like you'll if it's shooting in 1920 by 1080, you can only zoom in on that thing so far before everything gets super pixelated.
Yeah.
Like, and that's where I'm kind of having a hard time. Like, they definitely, I don't know. For me, I could see even the aircrafts having like up to maybe a 10 times zoom, maybe more
Mm-hmm.
on the spaceship, because I do think there needs to be something like, again, it's not going to be 10 times zoomed all the time, but if somebody back on the ground can be like, hang on, we need to clarify what this is, they can hop on the camera, fucking keep following it, they can do their shit.
Assuming that they're able to do that in real time.
Yeah.
Because again, it is still shit that's bought and paid for by the cheapest contractor too, right?
True.
Yeah.
Again, it's all speculation, but
and again,
yeah,
what are the capabilities actually needed on said thing?
Yeah.
But I'm with you. Like, even if you see those smart bomb technology, those videos where it's like, and like you follow it all the way until it hits the target.
Yeah.
Like, even those videos aren't great quality, and they're using those to fucking hit shit.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sold.
Yeah.
You win.
Yeah.
Because those videos are always shitty too.
Yeah, and again, I don't
like,
think
here's the missile that killed fucking some dude,
and I don't think
in God knows what part of the
better.
thing. Yeah, like you would hope it'd be better. It's like,
yeah, you got to make sure.
I'm pretty sure they could fucking read the license plate of that car if they wanted to.
Yeah, 100%.
You win.
Yeah, they've got fucking software to fix shit if they needed it to. Even if it was that blur, they probably have shit that'll help them bring back the quality to a certain extent, and they're just not doing it for the.
Because they don't need
releasing.
to.
Oh,
It's
not in the parameters.
They released the bare minimum.
100%.
All they were required to release.
Yep.
And all of that shit that they do eventually declassify, or maybe they got better videos, they'll just contract it out, file it under a contractor, and be like, oh, this is out for whatever. We're investing in new pencil sharpeners.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm with you. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Government's a fucking.
I just want to know, but I don't want to know. I go back to George Knapp's a really good investigative reporter.
You made a very good point early on when we started getting into like talking about aliens.
And I believe it was George Knapp's point. It's like, do you want to know?
Do you really want to know? Or whether you think you know, could you handle it? Never mind the rest of society.
Yeah.
Like I bet you there's a lot of people.
I'm pretty sure I don't think I'd be able to handle it.
I don't know.
Think about think about the endless possibilities of what it really is, what your existence really is. All these things.
Yo, it's crazy to think about.
Like you can go like all the way in.
It depends on how they release it and how they say like what it is. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they've only surveillance. Like they haven't done anything. It's almost like they're just watching and keeping tabs on us. But like,
yeah, that's what it appears to be.
And
anyway,
let's say it's been happening since 1950.
Sure.
Right? They've been coming and visiting and just kind of watching over,
keeping tabs.
Yeah, keeping tabs, but nothing's happened since 1950. So why would anything happen now?
Mm-hmm.
Or, well, this happened. We shot one out of the sky, and we've been seeing them ever since.
Accidentally. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay. Oh, fuck. Like, one, why'd you guys shoot one out of the sky? And now they're probably pissed off, keeping surveillance on us. We're not doing anything about it. They're keeping tabs on all of our military shit. And then next thing you know, they're all fucking here. So it would depend on like,
sure, maybe it's that simple. Like maybe that is the easy answer.
Yeah.
And it's like as simple as that.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's God knows.
Yeah, nobody will fucking.
Maybe we're their fucking ant farm
Well,
where they jump in and fuck with us all the time. Who knows, right?
They placed the fucking huge structures.
No.
Yes, the comet hit, which they fucking did. They put that shit on track to hit the Earth. Then the Earth got all fucked up and everything melted and the rain and water shit was through the roof. And then they're like, now we plant our fucking farm.
I think they had the farm planted.
They planted our seed.
Well,
they put up all these structures. They're like, fuck, they're never going to know how to figure this shit out. It's us. They'll never think of that.
No.
They'll think it's people from fucking 50,000 years ago. Meanwhile, there wasn't even a soul, just dinosaurs. Like,
there's a lot wrong with what you just said there, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I also have to piss so bad.
All right.
Come back next. Now. What a relief.
And we're back. Yeah, so you want to get a new
yeah, are
Chris
you good with that stuff right now? We can keep going if you want.
No, I think I'm good for now.
Okay.
I'm going to do a little more research.
Why don't you crack into that book so we can just talk about it?
Okay, well.
Because I'm sure there's a bunch
We'll talk about it next year.
Just read one chapter a day.
Yeah, okay.
You'll be done in 58 days.
Yeah, all right. Chris predicts. Dun, 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 dun,
Do. I'm not ready.
Oh, my. This man's.
Now I'm ready.
All right, he's ready.
Do. Wizard. Okay.
Big week?
Was a big week.
Big week. Got some predictions back finally.
Yeah, I'm going back to round of 16.
Of the Euros.
Yeah. I ended up only getting 2 out of 8 games right.
Okay. I think we did talk about that. We were waiting on like one
Germany
or two.
and Sweden were in the process of playing.
Yeah.
I think England actually won right as we were finishing up.
Yeah.
The Sweden game hadn't played out.
Yeah.
They got beat by the Ukraine.
Okay.
So anyways, just to update fully,
Yeah.
I went 2 for 8 in the round of 16. Not good.
But the round of 32, you did really good, didn't you?
The group stage, I got 14 out of 16
Group stage.
qualified.
Yeah.
And then I predicted the quarterfinals, and I took Italy, Spain, Denmark, and England to win. And lo and behold, they won.
4 for 4.
4 for 4.
Should have bet the fucking house.
The one
Should have given you that 15K.
told you.
Yeah, I know.
So we made like 7 times money on $1 bet. So I didn't even bet that much for this
Fuck.
because I was so confident in Italy, England, and Denmark winning. And people are going to look back, oh, wow, what, you fucking picked all the favorites. Fuck off. Still won.
Yeah.
So I was so confident in them winning that I parlayed it and it won us like 7 times the money.
Shit.
And it came through.
Let's go.
Few, because we were at $0.
Okay.
And the Spain game, although I took Spain to go through, I really almost backed out of that. Betting wise, my prediction's my prediction. But betting wise, I almost bet the draw, and I actually did a separate bet on Switzerland to advance at a higher thing, and they lost on penalties.
Shit.
And Switzerland was in cruise control in the shootout, and they blew it. They missed 3 in a row and lost.
Oh, fuck.
So, and I did put a bet on Spain, but it was just to win, so we lost that. But anyway, 4 for 4. Based on my predictions. But the betting shit was just kind of me.
Yeah.
Day of fucking around. But I in fairness sake, I did put a bet on Spain. I just didn't parlay it with the other 3 because I didn't think that Spain would get it done in regular time.
Gotcha.
Because they're gobshite. They're fucking so bad, and they made the semis. Like, it's good on them, but
they're obviously not that bad.
They fucking barely qualified.
Hey,
like,
good on them.
I guess, man. Fuck.
Good on them.
I don't know. Anyway.
Who do they play now?
Spain is playing Italy, and England is
so
playing...
it should be an easy win for Italy.
Yes.
Oh,
There's your first prediction. Chris predicts Italy.
Yeah, this Chris.
That Chris. Also this one. Italy and Spain's your first semifinal. Christ above, it's on right now.
It is.
Just to check the score mid-game. I already bet this. Where's the score? Motherfucker. Can't find it. Anyway, I don't
it's because you only typed in Italy.
Shut up! It should always come up.
Type in Euro 2021 or something like that.
What time is it?
I
It hasn't
don't know.
started yet.
Yeah,
It's 4 minutes to starting.
Okay.
I'm an
You mean
idiot.
6?
Yeah, I'm a dummy. Anyways, we're 4 minutes to kick off of Italy and Spain.
6? Starts at 3?
Shut up.
Or does it start at 2:58?
Starts at 2:58. We're 4 minutes to start.
6.
I know this is going to come out after the fact, but by the time this airs tomorrow, the England and Denmark game will have not started.
Okay.
Italy is going to win convincingly in regular time, so bet them to win. I'm betting them to win. Also
So-
parlay them to advance.
Take a second mortgage out. No, save that for the UFC. Save it for the UFC.
UFC's
We're
coming
going
up
5
at you.
for 5.
So Italy is going to beat Spain because if Spain gets through, I don't know. No one who analyzes soccer, watches soccer, will have predicted Spain to go through. Italy is going to beat Spain. England and Denmark. Denmark have had a good tournament. They've done really well. Fucking England has kind of like, I didn't think they were going to get by Germany.
And they did.
And it was a close game, but they won 2-0. So
It
credit
was
to them.
not a close game the other day.
Oh, they fucked the Ukraine. But I predicted them to beat
Yeah,
whoever
no,
they
I
were
know,
in the,
but that
in the
was insane.
quarterfinal.
I was streaming it at the cottage, just terrible quality.
Yeah.
And we stopped, I guess at half, it was only like 1-0.
Yeah. And then they scored
we
three
went
in
to
the
play
second
spike
half.
ball. That's a great, fun
Never
yard
played.
game. It's a great game.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun.
Okay, cool.
And
Good
then
time
like,
waster.
yeah,
Yeah.
it just
fun.
yeah.
Nice.
And like one game, okay, so maybe like 20 minutes after,
Mm-hmm.
it was like 3-0. Okay, that game's over.
Yeah.
It was fucked. Like,
It was easy.
yeah.
And I think they would have done the same to Spain or to Sweden. So Denmark have had a good tournament, but it's ended here. England are going to win. And because I will not get the prediction in before the next episode airs, but I already said this a few weeks ago and I bet the money ahead of time. Italy are going to win the tournament.
Okay.
And they will be beating England in the final.
There you go. Heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Chris will be putting that prediction in as soon as he can. So as soon as
I've already bet the games. I bet them yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so like money wise.
No, I meant like the final.
The final is in. I'm locking it in right now. Because
You can already lock it in?
well, I'm telling the
Oh
audience.
no, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you'll actually put the bet in as soon as like you can.
as soon as it comes up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as soon
sorry.
as, that's what I was saying. I
Apologies,
know
sorry.
you're making the prediction
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Hang on, are we doing Chris predicts right now?
No.
You're not doing predictions.
I don't think so.
I'm just saying, like as soon as the bet is available for you to make,
It'll be made well.
yeah, you'll throw it in.
And
there.
it'll probably be like a chintzy bet, like who's gonna lift the trophy. But I'm sick of getting hosed on extra time. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay.
Just fucking betters. If the fucking team wins, the team wins. You should win the money.
Yeah, you should. You should. It's all that's.
But
fucking-
again, it didn't apply in the round of 16
bogus.
because I got scudded.
Yeah.
But if there was a couple results there that like went into shootouts in extra time, and if they gone the other way, we still would have lost the bet,
yeah, which sucks.
which sucks, but we still lost anyway.
Either way, we're
Yeah.
losing.
Italy are your 2020 in 2021 Euro champions.
All right,
Heard it here first.
and take a second mortgage out on the house.
Honestly, as much as you can comfortably afford without your wife knowing.
I think you said without your wife knowing.
That's what I do.
Shit. Yeah.
That's why I bet $1 at a time. Okay. That's the Euros sorted, and that'll be sorted by episode 46. That'll be it done. No more outstanding bets for the Euros. There's no bets on the Stanley Cup final, although I predicted Montreal to win in an effort to jinx them. So far, it would appear that is working.
Yeah. It's
But I
3-1.
told you today when I went to check the bets, I forgot to bet.
Yeah, you
I
did.
thought I did. I can't find it. I guess I forgot.
Who cares?
Doesn't matter.
Whatever. You lied to me. It's
Fuck
fine.
the Habs.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter. We're not going to win anyway.
Fuck the Habs.
Hopefully they lose.
And
UFC.
hopefully they don't come back like they did against Toronto.
No. Please no. UFC 264.
All right, I want to know.
Poirier McGregor.
I'm looking at this card.
Yeah.
And I'm very curious to see who you are taking.
All right.
I'm having a tough time seeing some of the guys on the right. Yeah, that's better. Stephen Thompson, Greg Hardy, and I don't know how to pronounce the lady's name.
Yana. We'll just call her Yana.
Kumbaya.
Yana Kuninska Kayak.
Sure.
Nice girl. I don't mean to mispronounce her name.
Neither do I, but I don't know how to pronounce that. All right.
Which one do you want to hear first?
Can I tell you?
Actually, you tell me.
Okay. One, I don't know the ladies that are fighting, but I would take Sean O'Malley, who is fighting Chris
Moutinho.
I would take Sean.
Yeah.
The two ladies, I don't know, but I'm gonna say I'm taking the girl on the left.
I'm taking Yana.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Greg Hardy and
Tai Tavasa.
I've never heard of that guy.
Australian. And they fought earlier this year.
Did
Greg
they?
Hardy beat him.
Greg Hardy beat him. He's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder. I'll take Hardy on that one.
Okay.
We got Gilbert Burns and Stephen Thompson.
Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Steven, sorry. It's spelled Stephen.
It's spelled Stephen.
Okay.
There's no way that's an E. Stephen.
Oh, you're right. I'm going Gilbert. Yeah?
Big upset. Okay.
Really, eh? Is he over it?
Gilbert's like
I'm only looking at these like little fucking tiny ass pictures.
I think Burns' last fight was for the fucking welterweight title.
Other guy's 38.
It was.
That was his last fight.
His last fight was against Kamaru Usman.
That man's crazy
Tough as fuck.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go through my predictions after you're guessing, but I want to know.
Yeah, that one.
What do you think? Because I know.
You know?
I know the winner.
Yeah, it's already happened.
Wizard.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, I want to know how you feel about the main fight, Poirier and McGregor, because that's really the only one that's worth talking about.
I'm taking Poirier.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I think McGregor's.
I think he's cooked.
He's
run his race.
He's done everything that he wanted to do. He became a champ. He became a two belt champ.
And I think Poirier is a better fighter.
He's made a shit ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
He fought Mayweather for a shit ton of money. Why come back? You have a whiskey company that is destroying it and making you a shit ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure he owns a couple bars out somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure.
Out there.
Yep. In the universe somewhere. Maybe on Pluto or something.
Like, why? I just...
Whoever wins this fight is already said to fight Oliveira for the title.
Yeah.
If McGregor is not, his next fight is not for a UFC title, I don't think we're ever going to see him.
McGregor's just not the fighter that he used to be, like that, like crazy shit talking, get in your head dude anymore. He's so humble and like, because he doesn't care. He's got a fantastic family. He's got kids.
Mm-hmm.
He's got all the money that he could ever want.
I think there's an argument to be made that any tough test that McGregor's had, he's lost.
I guess.
If you were to go back through all of his title fights and stuff.
Okay.
These are stacked divisions now. As soon as the divisions got tough.
Well, yeah, it's a different.
But take Khabib out of the equation.
Yeah.
He still lost pretty easily to Poirier. You know, he got his legs blown up, and then he got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. McGregor, unless he comes back,
and I don't have anything against him.
He could prove us wrong. I love McGregor.
He probably will.
He was an all-time favorite, and I liked him
because the most McGregor
because
thing ever would be to prove everyone fucking wrong.
I liked him because he talked so much shit, and everybody hated him for it.
Mm-hmm.
But my argument was, he's
lost the mojo.
Yeah, he's lost the mojo. But back in the day, like he talked so much shit.
It fucked with people.
He backed it up.
Yeah.
He fucking knocked him on their ass, knocked him out, TKO.
But I think it also fucked with people where they wanted to beat him so bad, they were putting themselves in vulnerable positions.
They were trying to knock him out. They were trying to take
his head off and said he could go out and win the fight.
Yeah, and he would just pick him clean.
And credit to him, he won those fights.
Yeah.
But ever since he stopped,
Ever since he did the boxing match with Mayweather, he's never been the same.
yeah, and it's hard to blame him. Also, pretty much everyone lost 2020. Was a
Yep.
write off for pretty much
Yeah.
everyone. I don't know.
I do
I'm
believe
torn on
ring
this.
rust. Like I know some guys were saying you don't lose it, but I do think that is a
Dude, they were saying before the Poirier fight, McGregor hadn't looked that good since he was at 145. Blah 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 blah. And to me, his game plan was fucking horrible. Because like, why were you not expecting to get leg kicked?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
So I watched a couple like MMA like YouTubers and shit like that talk about it. And it's like, okay, well, but like how do you like what are you supposed to do to that kick? You check it.
Yeah, you keep checking it.
No. But like you check it, it's still gonna fuck your shin. You don't check it completely.
Yeah.
But also if you check it, it leaves you in an even more vulnerable you know what I'm trying to say.
I know exactly
I
what you're
can't
trying to
spit
say.
out that word there.
Vulnerable.
Thank you. State and you could get fucked even more. And he tried to eat so many of them
that those
and then his
fucking
leg just went
YouTubers
dead.
you heard talk about that are Conor McGregor apologists.
No, everybody said he should have lost the fight. And everybody says that he's just not the same.
Got it. All right. Because to me, it was like, well, how do you go out and defend leg kicks? The same way everyone fucking defends leg kicks. You got to block them. It's going to suck.
Yeah, leg kicks
but you
are leg
keep
kicks.
going about your fight.
It was like he was getting kicked in his front calf.
Yeah, the calf kicks.
There's not a whole lot to do on that one. From what I heard. Look at me.
I know. I'm in the same
I don't fucking watch UFC except every once in a while when there's a big card like this. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. He just like again, like leading up to fights, it's just not the same. For a few fights.
No. It's not the same without him shit talking and all the hype
and being
stuff.
Fucking wild and crazy.
You know what? I think when was the last time you almost forgot that there was a Conor McGregor fight coming up in 5 days? Almost never. Like you would have heard about that shit months before.
Dustin Poirier.
Exactly, but that's more to your point about since he stopped the ship talk.
Yeah, it was ever since he lost to Khabib.
Yeah,
everything just fucking stopped.
Anyway, I think this is McGregor's last fight in the UFC.
Yeah,
I don't think
win or lose.
If he loses, he has to fight 2 more times to get a fucking shot at the championship belt.
You don't see a Diaz number 3?
Why?
Well, why Dustin Poirier number 3?
Because the winner is going to fight for the belt. That's why. This is a challenger fight.
Okay.
This fight matters.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that if McGregor loses this fight, he has to fight minimum 2 more times and win to get another shot at the belt.
And I think if he loses, he's done.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
If he wins, he'll do the title fight and then probably retire, unless it's like he absolutely starches him.
We'll see. I mean, listen. Next week,
it's a fight game. Anything can fucking happen.
Next week we could be having a completely different conversation, and then it's like, holy fuck, McGregor's back, and he's gonna win the title. Blah blah. Maybe there's gonna be a Khabib fight after this.
I love Dustin Poirier now, and I still love Conor McGregor. So I'm happy.
I agree.
I'll be happy either way. Okay, give us the.
All right, here's the fucking predictions you need to know and hear first.
Yeah, take a mortgage out.
Yeah, a lot of these
life
are
savings.
I got to double check these odds right now.
Can you see them?
I can see them.
Oh, yeah?
With my eyes.
You're a wizard.
Okay, so I'm taking Sean O'Malley, and he is a heavy favorite. I think anyone who watches would be predicting the same.
I was going to say
I'm taking Yana Kuninsayaka. I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
Yeah.
To beat Irene Aldana. And that's a very close fight, odds-wise.
Kuninskia?
Kuninskaya.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kuninskia.
We apologize.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
But I think she's going to beat Irene. And it's a very close, odds fight.
Okay.
This fight is the only one I'm really torn on.
Tai
Tavisia and Greg Hardy.
Okay.
Greg Hardy fucking knocked his ass out last fight. But Greg Hardy's an ex-football player who's done well in the UFC. I think I'm going to take Tai to beat Greg Hardy.
Tai's 12-3, is that?
Yeah,
Am I
and
saying
Greg
that?
Hardy's 7-3.
Yeah.
And Ty is a slight favorite. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Fight number 4, Gilbert Burns versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I'm taking Thompson.
Okay.
Even though Burns' last fight was for the welterweight title and he is a legit contender, there's just some guys that you think their race is
Yeah.
run. His race might be run. And Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's a fucking amazing fighter. So either way, it's going to be a good fight, I think.
Yeah. I
And
think
I'm
it's going to be
taking
a
Wonderboy.
fantastic card.
And he is also, I think he's a pretty heavy favorite on that. Yeah, he's a heavier favorite. And then I am taking Dustin Poirier to beat Conor McGregor.
What are the odds for that?
Poirier is a slight favorite.
Slight, yeah.
Slight favorite. So I think I took one.
Took
two,
like
three.
three
I
favorites.
took 4 favorites.
4, really?
Yeah.
Oh, one was a slight.
But a lot of them
Yeah.
are closer. And again, people are going to go, oh, well, fucking, that's very ballsy of you to fucking branch out and take the favorites.
Yeah.
I just think that's who's going to win.
Yeah. Hey,
And I'm right often.
you don't have to take our 100% guaranteed predictions.
But if you don't, you'll be sorry.
You're having a tough
I'm having
time with
a
that.
hell of a time today.
Yeah, I'll switch that for you.
No worries. So anyway, parlay all those.
And
Win yourself some fucking money.
put your life savings on it.
I would. I'd start at 200.
Do they
grand.
take crypto?
They'll take anything, buddy.
Will they?
It's a fucking casino. They'll take anything you got. People have signed literally, they'll bring out the fucking paper and be like,
deeds?
here's the deeds to my fucking house
Yeah,
on a
that's
hand of
fucked.
blackjack.
Yeah, that's fucked.
That happens all the time.
I know, and it's fucked.
I asked a cab driver in Vegas, I'm like, what's one of the worst things you've seen is like people fucking losing? He's like, because I'm not in the casino, I haven't seen like what people have lost. He's like, but I often see people walking to the airport. Like people go to Vegas and will lose so much fucking money they can't afford a cab to the airport, which is not far.
No, it's not expensive for a cab or
Like
an
a
Uber.
$15 cab
Yeah.
ride.
I couldn't even imagine.
Makes me sick thinking about that.
I couldn't. I get upset like when I know like okay, I got like $40-$60. I'm just going for a couple hours.
Then you get stupid and lose it.
Yeah,
you feel
and I'm
stupid.
like, oh fuck, man! Like really, like I could have done something else with that $60.
Yeah.
And especially now, it's like fuck. I could put that shit in Ethereum.
You and Ethereum, eh?
It's just because that's what like mining. That's where you're mining. Is
Oh, okay.
Ethereum. Mining a bunch of other shit. Found another. Okay, Chris predicts. You heard it here first.
And by the way, that's a 10-1 bet. If you were to
Parlay them.
parlay my predictions, so a
Fuck.
cool $100,000 win you $1 million.
Damn.
That's all it is.
That's all you need.
That's all you need is $1 million. That
fuck.
pull it 100 grand.
Pull it 100 grand.
Bet it on that.
Yep. Fuck it.
Wizardry.
Wizardry.
School of Hogwarts for me.
Yeah, no, so like when you're mining like Bitcoin and shit, like Ethereum's the best one to mine right now. It's the most profitable.
Have you switched over to Ethereum?
That's what I've been mining since like day one.
Oh,
but I
thought-
got
just
paid
assumed it
out
was
in Bitcoin.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But I found a new one.
Were you turning around and investing that into Ethereum?
I would do a bit of both.
Okay.
I didn't want to like ride everything on Bitcoin. I didn't want to ride everything on Ethereum. So like when I got it, like my portfolio, as they would say, is very diverse.
Got it.
But I found another mining like thing, and I can get paid out in like 30 different coins.
Is it worth it to get paid out in those
So you
30
still
different coins?
get like whatever your profits would be for mining, you just get paid out in something else. So like there's
which you can
have
easily
you heard
convert
of
to
Shiba
Bitcoin.
Inu? Which is the
I think you mentioned it, but I don't know what it is.
Dogecoin killer.
Oh,
Well, it's
for
not
fuck's
even
sake.
worth a cent. So I mined that for a few days, and like you could imagine, it's not even worth a cent. So a couple dollars goes a long way.
All right, so you're retiring shortly.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah. So I'm like fuck it, like
I
and,
got
like
ya.
I haven't pulled out. Like I don't think I've pulled out anything because the market dropped shortly after I got in.
Mm-hmm. You got in at the right time, my friend.
Oh yeah, did I ever? It's been a lot of fun, like learning about it. Kind of suck. Like again, I didn't put my life savings in it, so I don't really give a shit.
You should have.
Should have.
Yeah.
No,
Next time.
No, I should have like last month, middle of last month.
Yeah, hindsight's 2020.
Yeah, because markets were down bad. But yeah, I just figured like it. I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Fuck, it's a hobby, dude.
Yeah.
And you're not being stupid with it, so.
No. I just like I've learned about like staking. So like Ethereum, right now is proof of work. So like that means like GPU mining to build the blockchain, do like kind of verify transactions, and that's pretty much what you're doing.
Okay. Whatever those words mean.
Yeah. So their Ethereum 2.0 will be moving to proof of stake. Everybody's kind of speculating if.
Did you say Ethereum 2.0?
Yeah. It's just like their system. Like they're on like.
Oh, okay, but it's still the same coin.
Same coin, but their system is just like they're calling it Ethereum 2.0.
Okay.
They're moving to new shit. So instead of proof of work, it'll be proof of stake. So you stake your coins to help build the blockchain and verify transactions and do all this other shit.
Is that said to like start? Will that drive the value up?
So mining will be like I don't really
mining
know
will
what
be more profitable.
No, less.
Less,
like it'll be
because
everybody's mining like Ethereum right now.
Okay.
And then so once they move to proof of stake, GPU mining is almost like kind of gone. There'll still be other coins to mine, but Ethereum won't be there. And with how big Ethereum is, it'll take a while for other coins to get there.
Got it.
But
so if I put $1,000 on Shiba Inu, will I be able to retire this time next year?
I don't even think you need 1,000.
No?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I'll show you after.
All right. How much to retire this time next year?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Give me a guarantee. This is the other Chris predicts.
Well, I can't remember what it.
Is it a shitcoin? Like it's just a fucking joke?
I think it's.
Is there any?
I think it's less of a shitcoin than Dogecoin.
Really?
They have a lot more on the background from what I've seen and like heard from other people talk about it. Like they're doing a lot more rather than what Dogecoin is doing.
Got it.
Other than fucking
Elon,
Elon Musk saying Tesla's going to take Doge. Like that's really the only thing Doge has
Elon's
that I hear
around.
About. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He apparently pumped some coin called Cummies.
No, for fuck's sake, I'm done.
Yeah, right? Like, it's so dumb. Like,
yeah.
There's so much shit. I don't know. There's a lot of shit that, there's another sector that Shiba Inu is getting in on. I don't know. I mined it just to see what the fuck happened. Mined it for like 2 weeks. Got my coins. We'll see what happens. I might not be here next year. Yeah, I'll show you. All right. Catch us at 2 Season a Pod on Facebook or on YouTube. If you do pop in on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, drop a comment, fucking tell us your favorite color. I don't
subscribe on all the anywhere you listen to the podcast as well.
Yeah, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts.
We're out weekly.
All of them.
Thank you as always for listening.
Yeah, and if you have any comments, stories, anything you want to say, mail.2seasonapod@gmail.com. And we'll catch you guys next week. We're out.
See ya.
Deuces.